Hi, how are you today?
All right.
Okay. So, what brings you in today?
Um, well, um, I attacked a fireman.
You attacked a fireman.
Hmm?
Okay, go a little bit farther in details about that. When you say you attacked a fireman, did you physically attack him or verbally attack him?
I physically attacked him.
Okay.
Um, did it with a hammer.
Mhm.
Um, but I did that because the fire alarm wouldn't shut off. It was the firefighter. The alarm would just not shut off.
So the firefighter intentionally caused the alarm to go off.
Yeah,
Okay.
the whole department is in on it.
They're all in on
They're all in
it. So,
on
what makes you think that they're intentionally doing this to you, or when does this happen to you? Should I say? Give me a little background about that.
it. It happens every time I get ready to play my piano.
Okay. So do you live close to a fire station?
Yeah, I live right beside it.
Right beside it.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you lived there? If you don't mind me asking.
Um, I've lived there pretty much my entire life.
Okay. So when did this attack begin? We'll call it attack.
You attack
When did
me.
they start intentionally starting these alarms or the sirens?
Well, I noticed that every time that I don't know if I'm a musician,
Mhm.
pianist,
Mhm.
and I like to practice.
Mhm.
And so when I practice, I have to have peace and quiet. And every time it seems like when I mess up on the computer, I mean not excuse me, not on the piano,
Mhm.
the alarm it's because of the alarm. The
Okay.
alarm causes me to mess up. I might be playing something beautifully, and I might be, just flowing,
Mhm.
and the it just gets distracted by these alarms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you lived beside the fire station all your life. When
hmm
did they intentionally start causing these sirens to happen? Like, or how long ago was it when you started playing the piano?
I've been playing it all my life.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm in college. I'm 21. So I've been playing ever since I can remember, and it
Mhm.
started off with my parents. Um, my dad's an artist. My mom was a pianist herself.
Mhm. Okay.
So I started playing when she's taught me how to play, and I've been playing with her. And
Mhm.
she's been there to help be like a coach for me. Well, it's
Mhm.
not like a coach; is my coach.
Okay. So when did you notice that these sirens started intentionally hindering you from playing?
When I kept messing up, so
Mhm.
the pieces got a little bit harder,
Mhm.
and I would notice when the pieces would get a little harder, especially like as I got kind of older, and I would be practicing and I would mess up on a piece.
Mhm.
I noticed that's when when I would mess up, it would be all the time when that fire alarm was going off.
Okay. So is this something? Would it be fair to say that you just started noticing the sirens more frequently,
Yeah,
like here lately?
I have.
Okay. Has anything happened that has caused you to be more aware of the sirens, or
I mean, not really. I mean,
no?
it's caused me, I will say I haven't gone outside. Much.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that they are conspiring against me to make these sirens go off. Yeah, it might be something's going on, but for the siren to go off. But I honestly believe they are honestly doing it. They're conspiring to do this in order to make me mess up because they don't want to see me succeed.
Okay. So I'm just gonna ask. I'm gonna put it on the table. Do you use any type of substances or anything? No, none. Have you ever been to counseling or had any type of treatment for the sirens bothering you?
Um,
No,
no, no,
no.
no.
Okay, you said the sirens normally only bother you when you're playing your piano. Do
Mhm.
you play your piano anywhere else other than at home, or no? So just practicing piano at home,
Mhm.
and are the sirens the only thing that bother you?
The sirens are the only thing that bother me. Yes, it's
Okay.
because of the pitch, the
Mhm.
tone is so loud, and it just disrupts me so much.
Mhm.
And I like playing at home. That's where my piano is at. It's there. That's my piano, and they know that I'm practicing. They know it. They know it,
Mm-hmm.
and they consistently want do not want me to succeed.
Okay. So we don't use any substances. How is your sleep? Are you able to sleep?
Yeah, I am.
So you're sleeping
I'm
fine.
sleeping okay. Yeah.
What about your appetite?
Um, so.
So. Some
Yeah,
days are better than others.
yeah, like when I'm really practicing,
Mm-hmm.
I do know that when the alarms start to go off, I lose my appetite because I'm so angry.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, even attacking that guy, I mean, I don't see, or like, I don't even see why I'm in here. I've made complaints to them. I've told them numerous of times that I made reports to the fire marshal. I mean, not fire marshal, but the police. The police. I've made reports to the fire office themselves, the fire station itself, and they all seem not to be listening to the fact that those noises make me insane. Like they drive me crazy.
So tell me a little bit more about that. You said they tend to not listen. What makes you feel like they're not listening to you?
Because the alarms still keep going on. They can have a silent alarm. They don't have to be blasting that alarm all throughout everywhere. I mean, they could quiet it down. They know that I'm done practicing. They know that I'm doing. I mean, they know that.
They know it.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that the fireman that you attacked, do you feel like he was more responsible for it, or was he just the first person you saw? Tell me a little bit about the attack itself. When you went, so walk me through it. When you made up in your mind that you're going to go attack this fireman, walk me through it from the beginning, before you actually came up with that impulse, to what happened. Walk me through it a little bit. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So I formulated this plan.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to make them pay.
Mm-hmm.
So I just marched into the fire station and had a hammer with me, and I wanted to break the alarm. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to physically hurt anybody.
Okay.
I just wanted the alarm to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And me and the fighter got into an argument. I mean, got into a dispute, a physical altercation.
Okay.
And next thing I know, I'm picking up the hammer and trying to hit him with it.
So when you actually proceeded to go through with this altercation with the fireman, and when you hit him with the hammer, did the siren stop, or did you even realize that if the sirens were still going?
I didn't realize that the sirens were going. I just wanted to break the alarm, and I didn't notice anything after that.
So when you made that decision to do that, you didn't think about any consequences or repercussions that could have came with it?
No.
Did you feel like what you did served a purpose? Do you feel like it was?
I mean, my whole intention was to stop the alarm, and I didn't succeed with stopping the alarm. So, no. I mean, the alarm still was going off.
Okay, so it was still going off. So during your hospitalization, or when they came and took you in for hospitalization, how did that make you feel?
I was angry because I was like, why are you arresting me? You should be arresting them. You should be getting on them because they are the ones that they know. Y'all, first of all, you guys know that the alarms are messing with me. I'm a citizen here. I'm a citizen. You're here for me, not for anybody else. You're here for me. I pay your tax. I mean, I pay my taxes and I pay your salary. So come on. You can tone it down a little bit. You can tone it down. And so, I was angry. I didn't want for the fireman to get hurt. I did not want that. I just wanted the alarm to stop.
Well, when you found out that you hurt him, or when you realized that you hurt him, how did that make you feel?
I was angry at first. I was upset because that wasn't my intention, was to hurt him. This was to stop the fire alarm, and my anger just ensued. But I feel bad. I mean, regardless, I still feel bad.
You do? Okay. So you said that you're in college. How are your academics and your grades?
I make good grades.
Good grades?
I make good grades. Always been
So,
exceptions to that.
okay. So when the sirens started, they didn't affect your grades at all.
No, just my playing.
Okay. So are the sirens the only thing that causes you rage like you felt that day when you went and attacked the fireman? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Just the sirens.
So when you're playing, nothing else bothers your playing other than the sirens.
Other than the sirens, it's the sirens, yeah. Nothing else bothers it.
And you said it's the pitch of them.
I feel like it's the pitch of them.
So, were you ever taught the importance of the actual fire alarm and the sirens?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So when the sirens are irritating you, you never think about their importance or their significance.
I mean,
So, like right now, if we were to hear a siren, would that cause you any type of distress?
I'm not playing anything right now, so no.
Okay. So everyday sirens don't bother you, just
No.
when you're playing.
Just when I'm playing.
Okay, that's interesting. So, well, obviously you're here because of the hospitalization, and you actually harmed someone because of what was going on. Have you ever thought about harming yourself or anyone else?
Sorry, a little tired.
Mm-hmm.
No.
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 Okay.
No.
So when you get frustrated and you can't play the piano the way that you want to, how do you handle that on a typical day? Not the day that we're speaking of when you attack the fireman, but on a typical day when you're playing your piano and the siren goes off. How do you typically handle that situation?
I get upset,
Mm-hmm.
especially if I mess up.
Mm-hmm.
I get upset. I bang on the piano.
Mm-hmm.
My rage is so angry that I just want to flip the piano over.
Mm-hmm.
And I just get angry. It just makes me enraged that my piano playing is being disrupted. My piano playing is being disrupted by this loud noise.
Mm-hmm. So, just talking to you about it, it kind of seems like it's upsetting you a little bit just to reenact what happened. You seem a little disheveled.
Yeah.
Yeah. So explain those feelings to me. How are you feeling right now? Just reliving the experience.
I'm reliving the experience right now. Yeah. Because, I mean, when I think about messing up, I don't like to mess up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a perfectionist. I like to play my piano and play it very, very well. So even the thought of messing up, no, doesn't happen.
Not acceptable.
Not acceptable.
Have you always been like that about everything that you've done? Or is the piano just something special for you?
I don't think I've been about everything I've done, but the piano is very special to me, so that affects me more.
Have you ever thought about different ways that you can tune, or have you ever tried different techniques or different ways to tune the sirens out?
No.
So, say for instance, if you were to plug headphones into your piano, or we could figure out a way to do that where you could only hear your piano and the sirens were unable to be heard. Do you think that would be something that would help?
If they were like noise counseling, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could help.
Have you ever tried to do anything like that?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So, what do your parents say about the way this is affecting you? I think they were probably were they affected when you were hospitalized?
Yeah, they were. I mean, my mom pretty much is, my everything when it comes to this, pursuing my pianist dreams. I mean, she stopped working in order to stay home with me. She's devoted herself to me, which I appreciate. Most moms wouldn't do stuff like that, but my mom has. And when I went to school, like, I was sort of like, I didn't really talk that much. Like, I just always thought that I was just so mature for my age because I'm so smart.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom was like my best friend, and I found that um, sorry, I found that uh, I couldn't be around anybody else. Like because they were not as smart as me. Like I'm so much on a different level than they are.
Okay.
So my mom became my best friend.
So your mom became your best friend. Do you have any like secondary friends other than your mom? No. Do you get out of the house much other than school and no? So do you just? Why is that? Do you not feel a need to? Do you not want to?
I mean, I just don't have a need to. I mean, I have my piano and I have my books. I love to read, so I have my books to read. I don't see a need, but why when people are not on my level? They're not on my level.
Okay.
Joy, they're not.
So, what do you feel like you can get out of coming to counseling? Do you feel like this could help your condition or?
I mean, I don't really think that I know that the noises are bothering me, but I initially did not think that I have a problem. I mean, I was just trying to play my piano. That's all I was trying to do. But everybody's been telling me, and in lieu of me, I didn't want to hurt this guy. I do see that maybe there is maybe some sort of problem that's going on, and yeah, I could benefit from counseling.
No, because, and I would encourage you to continue coming to our sessions. I really think it could help you. Even if it was nothing other than just for us to come up with strategies and techniques on how to get through these moments where the sirens are interfering with your piano playing. To me, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like the sirens are our biggest problem. The sirens and the piano playing, interfering with the piano. And you said the sirens don't affect any other aspects of your life, right? So, do you ever hear the sirens when the sirens really aren't going off? Or are you pretty certain that when you are hearing these sirens, they're actually legit sirens?
They're legit sirens.
Okay.
They are legit. You can hear them so loud. It's all, I mean, it's just light. I mean, it's loud. Super loud. So, yeah.
So you said that you feel like that the sirens and basically everybody at the fire station is conspiring against you, interfering with your piano playing. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Okay. Well, all that is very, very interesting. Like I said, I do encourage you to come back. I feel like it is something that we can address.
Okay.
Because if you don't mind me saying, it does seem like you have a little bit of a delusional disorder going on. So I would like to help you work through some strategies and techniques to kind of see where we can go from here. Because it does seem like the piano playing is very, very important to you, and I want that to continue to be important to you. I just want you to find a skill and a technique on how to navigate through it where these sirens won't become so debilitating to your playing. Okay? So, fair to say that we'll meet again in about a week and see where things are.
Yeah, we will.
So, over the course of this week, I want to give you a little bit of homework. I want you to actually, take the time to count the frequency of the sirens. Do you play your piano at the same time every day, or does it?
Yeah, I play it pretty much
same time. Okay. So, if you were to change your piano time playing, would that affect your playing?
Yeah, I think it might. I think that, but you got to realize that the noise, I mean, it goes on all the time. So, I mean, alarms are constantly going off. So, maybe that might help. I mean, maybe that might help. But I can try.
Yeah, we'll definitely look into it. And I don't want you to go the route that you went before. And definitely not attack or hurt anyone else. Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you again in about a week, and we'll go from take a session and we'll move forward. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.